a brand new Girls Talk episode. So recently I posted a vlog and one of you guys, one of my lovely subscribers, commented with a question about my relationship status. And that is completely fine. Like, you guys can ask me anything. I'm, here willingly putting out a lot of personal details about my own life on the internet. So it's completely fine if you guys have questions. But it turned out to be this whole ordeal because you guys are all amazing. Everybody started responding on each other, and some people thought it was rude that she asked a question. Some people started speculating about my breakup, and a lot of people DM'd me with the question if I wanted to make a video about this, because either they knew I had broken up and they also went through a breakup, or people just wanted more information. They wanted the air to be cleared because they were completely in the dark about what is happening in my life, and I completely understand that. So I decided not to talk about my breakup with the person that you guys are referring to. I've only been in one relationship in my entire life. It was a very long relationship, 9 years. And I feel like when it comes to relationships, there are always two people involved. Obviously, it takes two to tango. So I feel like when it comes to breakups, it's kind of unfair to talk about it without the other person present, because they're not here to defend themselves. There are always two sides to a story. And even though I could talk about my experience, I just don't feel comfortable with putting somebody else's dirty laundry out there, especially if they cannot consent to it. So I'm not going to talk about my personal experience too much in depth, about like why we broke up and how it went, etc. But what I am going to talk about is how I got over the breakup, because I thought that would be very useful information, and a lot of you guys DM'd me asking me if I wanted to talk about it because you guys are devastated, you guys don't know what to do. And you know, I completely get it. I went through a really hard time. It has been 2 years now. We like officially broke up in 2020, so I feel like that's a good time frame to get over things and to put things in perspective and to give you guys some advice about it. So this is going to be, you know, a little bit more of a personal video. I'm always very honest and open with you guys, but this is still a touchy subject, obviously, so bear with me if I don't know, if I can't say everything correctly, or some things are just harder for me to explain, but let's get into it. So I feel like the first step in a relationship that's not really working are definitely the red flags. A lot of you guys ask me, like, how do you know that you want to break up with somebody, or that the other person is going to break up with you? How do you know a relationship is not here to stay? And for me, that's all about a gut feeling. I know it sounds so cliche, but listening to your heart is sometimes way more difficult than it seems. We often tend to pretend like we think with our heart and like we're really acting on our emotions, but sometimes the brain kicks in and you're just starting to like rationalize everything. But trust me, when you have like even the slightest inch of doubt in a relationship, then it's already a huge red flag, a huge warning sign. So for me, there were things that happened that were very, very clear red flags to other people, but not so much to myself, because I tried to suppress them all the time. And I was like, you know, I love this person so much, that's okay, you know, what they did is not that bad, how they acted is not that bad, because, you know, you love them and you want to kind of justify everything that they do. But deep down in my heart, I already knew like so much was wrong. So, you know, that's the first step. Allowing yourself to come to terms with those red flags and allowing yourself to actually start seeing them as red flags instead of just minor inconveniences, because sometimes things pile up and at the end of the day you just realize, okay, this relationship is toxic, or is not meant to be, or is just making me uncomfortable. Coming to terms with that. So how I came to terms with that is actually by speaking to other people. And that sounds so scary, because it's like, if you talk about something as serious as your relationship and problems within your relationship, it all of a sudden becomes real. Because you can tell yourself in your own mind like, oh, this is fine. But once you tell somebody else, like your mom or your best friend, that shit went down, then shit is going to go more down, if you know what I mean. Like, you can't retake those words. Their opinion of your partner will change, and you've already discussed it with them, so they are going to give you advice. And for me, that was really scary because I didn't want to talk badly about my partner, and I didn't want to make it real, like all the things that were bothering me. I thought that if I just kept it inside, then it didn't happen. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird, but I feel like a lot of people go through this. But once I talked to other people about my like warning signs, my concerns that I had, they validated that, and it made me feel less alone in this situation, and it made me feel like I wasn't actually exaggerating. The pain that I was feeling was actually real, and that made me realize, okay, this is not the way to go. So, you know, that is the breakup part, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. But I feel like for the people who are still in a relationship and you are thinking about a breakup, definitely talk to others, because it can help you tremendously, especially people that you trust, like your family or your friends, like I said. But if you have nobody in your life that you can trust and that you feel comfortable speaking to, then I definitely highly recommend you to seek out your therapist or, you know, get professional help in any way, because this is not to be taken lightly. Even if there are not like major concerns, this is a relationship we're talking about, and you know, this has so much influence on who you are as a person, how you feel, how you act. So it is to be taken very seriously. I know sometimes we're like, yeah, but this partner is not like abusive or aggressive or, you know, anything like that. It's just like minor things. Why do I need to seek out help or, you know, find a therapist? But trust me, it's so much better to talk about it, because if you bottle things up, it's just not the way to go. So then once you go through the actual breakup, whether it is your own choice, a mutual decision, or the other person's choice, and you like can't do anything about it, you didn't even see it coming, which I have seen happen in my environment, like my direct circle of people. There have been people who were in relationships, and then all of a sudden the other person decided to break up with them. They were left completely in the dark. They didn't even know why. Either they fell in love with another person, or, you know, they just wanted to end things without any like warning signs for them. That's also, of course, very hard. But it doesn't matter which of the options it is. Going through a breakup is all going to be very similar, because regardless of whose decision it is, you're gonna feel devastated. These are years and years of mutual connection, love, passion, things that you shared, experiences that you will never share with somebody else, and you know, all the hardships that you went through as well. Only you two know that. So it is extremely difficult to let go of that and to come to terms with it. But how I have managed it is basically just to distract myself, as bad as it may sound, like ignoring it, but it truly helped. I didn't have a lot of friends. I was just hyper focused on that one person that I was in a relationship with, and I think that was not good and not beneficial to our relationship whatsoever, because I only had him. And so when we broke up, I was alone for quite some time, and then I spoke about this with my family, and they were all like, you need to get out there, you need to make friends, because when you're alone, you're gonna go down the rabbit hole. Like, you need to get out there. So I actually posted on TikTok, like super random, I know, if there were any like K-pop friends, because that was just something that I'm interested in. So I thought, you know, that could be some sort of mutual connection that I can have with somebody. And a lot of people responded, and I actually found a bunch of friends through that. And then the ball started rolling, and I started meeting friends of friends of friends. And, you know, my friend group is now amazing. These people are all so sweet. I was really lucky to find those kind of friends. And I truly recommend you do the same. Even if you don't do it on social media, just get out there, go to parties, or go to, you know, lunch spots, talk to people, join sport activities, join yoga classes, or whatever it is that you're interested in, and find friends, because you don't want to be alone in a period like this when you're going through a breakup. That's the worst ever. So please find people that you vibe with and distract yourself. Definitely write things down. I am a huge believer that if you write your feelings down, it can relieve so much stress and anxiety. I write everything down, from like my manifestations, my affirmations, to, you know, my to-dos. Everything is going in my notebook, pen and paper. Don't do this on your phone. Like, actually sit down, have a moment for yourself without any distractions from messages popping up. Sit down and write your feelings and get everything off of your chest. That's really important, and that's something that has really helped me. Realizing that that person was in your life for a reason, and this has a lot to do with actually coming to terms with the relationship. I know there's always this toxic phase that we all have, like, oh, can we not like get back together? Wouldn't it be better if I was together with that person again? Like, there are all these stages of grief, obviously, and I've had that as well, like the denial stage. Like, I want to be with this person, like it's not that bad, I want to get back together. And I did actually get back together with that person for a brief period, but it was just not something that was working out. So, you know, after that period of denial and wanting to be with that person, I feel like it's really important to realize, you know, they were there for a reason, and now you broke up for a reason, and it's time to choose you. It's time to choose yourself and be comfortable being by yourself. So it's good to distract yourself and like party, etc., but you also have to be comfortable by yourself and just, you know, be in your own room and be like, I don't need anybody else. I don't need that person. I don't need any other boys. I can just love myself. And that's a very hard step. But once you come to the realization that you're an independent bad bitch, then you feel so much better. So yeah, definitely practicing self-love, being kind to yourself, being kind to your body, being kind to how you look, and, you know, tell yourself in the mirror that you're beautiful, that you're confident. Those kind of things have really helped me. And then in correlation with that, I definitely do want to say everybody has their own way of dealing with things, obviously, but I personally do not believe in, like, what is the word, rebounds. I feel like it's so toxic, not only for you but also for the person that you're using as a rebound. It's just so unfair to them because you're not being honest with your feelings. You're just using them as a distraction. So whilst I do think you can use like your friends as a distraction, just have fun with them, I feel like using another boy or girl, depending on your orientation, obviously, using another person is just not a vibe. So don't do that. Yeah, definitely try to appreciate just being alone. And then after that, you can be like, you know, there are plenty of fish in the sea. After a while, after a couple of months or years, however long it takes for you to fully get over it, once you truly do not have 1 inch in your body that thinks, I want to get back together with that person, or I'm still grieving over that person, then you can get back into the dating scene. And then lastly, how to get over a breakup is to allow your feelings to be there. If there are some days that you want to cry over it, even if it's 2 years down the line, even if it's 5 years ago, I don't care. Like, trauma and pain does not have a time frame. It's completely fine to feel those feelings from time to time. It is completely fine to feel angry and upset, betrayed, sad, whatever feeling there is. Allow that and do not suppress it. And yeah, that is it. I'm still going through it. I find it difficult in the sense that I did come to terms with the fact that I don't want to be with that person anymore, and that's better for me. But right now I'm in a stage in my life where I find it very difficult that I'm not with a partner, and I do want children, and I'm thinking about that, like, oh, what will my future hold? So I'm still struggling with that kind of aspect myself, but I do want to say that things get better over time. And as cliche as it sounds, the longer it takes, the more months pass by, the stronger and more confident I feel. I also want to say that positive affirmations really work if you're just trying to be as grateful and as positive in your daily life and be as happy and thankful for the things that you do have instead of the things that you lack, aka your partner, then life becomes so much easier and so much brighter. So yeah, that has really helped me, and that's all I think I can say about this. I hope this video helped you in any way, shape, or form. Please let me know if you have any other questions regarding this subject, and I will answer them in the comments down below. Also leave down any questions you have for future girl talks about like different subjects. And then I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye bye, loves. Love you loads.